And I have something that I say to people, it's the 4 T's. Take time to think. There are 1,440 minutes in the day. Give yourself 15 of quiet time. Not on social media, not on the telephone, not watching TV, just quiet, relaxed time. Because we know this stuff. We just haven't given ourselves time to utilize our good thoughts.
Welcome back to the Foxworth Theory. If you're just joining us, I am your host, Eugenia Foxworth, and our very special guest today is Marsha Haygood. Now, I have a question before I ask you a very personal question. What advice would you give to young women, professionals who desire to go to the top of their profession?
I think the first thing that I say is to think about what success looks like for them. Each person, I tell my clients that you should be both happy and successful. It shouldn't be one or the other. It should be both. So what would make you happy and feel successful? What is that? And it's different for different people. And then plan accordingly. I start out with goals, and I think goals or intentions, depending on how people see them, should be written and that they can be broken down into steps. You're not going to get it all at once. Success doesn't come quickly. Can't take the elevator to the top. You have to take the stairs. So what are some of the things that you want and can do that can get you to where you want to be at the end? And then I also think you have to ask for and accept feedback. You cannot do it alone. I don't know of successful people who have done it all by themselves. So you ask for feedback. You ask for help when you need it. I'm an executive coach, and oftentimes people thought of coaching as, oh no, that's somebody who's going to try to fix me. Well, coaching is sort of your accountability partner and helps you along the way. So ask for that. You don't know how many people have had coaches. They may not have told you, but they've had a coach. They've had an accountability partner. They've had someone to help them along the way. I consider myself a strategic thinking partner. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I just may offer options for you. I may say, did you think of this? Maybe you want to try that. But I want to know what you want to do. So I tell young people, don't try to do it all by yourself. You don't have to. Take some advice, ask for feedback, and make a plan that you feel that you can live with. And then stick to it. And when you get off track, and trust me, you will, be able to look at that plan again and say, what distracted me? What should I have done differently? And do it again. It's okay. Life should be enjoyable. And we have been working so hard and we've been so busy that the term busy has become glorified. Mm-hmm. I tell my clients, you tell me you've been busy. Tell me what you accomplished this week. And they get stuck in their tracks. So why not be productive? You don't have to be busy. You can take time off. You can do some other things. You can take a breath. But, get your health in order. Get your mindset in order. And I have something that I say to people, it's the 4 T's. Take time to think. There are 1,440 minutes in the day. Give yourself 15 of quiet time. Not on social media, not on the telephone, not watching TV. Just quiet, relaxed time. Because we know this stuff. We just haven't given ourselves time to utilize our good thoughts. That's That's what I tell. I
Absolutely.
tell. Yeah,
You need to take time to yourself to regroup.
that's right.
I mean, that's a part of life. Well, there's one thing, I don't want our audience to think that you just speak to women. You also advise senior management
That's right.
and you coach professionals. Now, and these major corporations,
Yes.
yeah, and that's something you're very modest, but I thought that I might share that with our
Thank you.
audience
Thank you.
because just coaching a one-on-one, no, you are major. And when I say major, you are very important to corporate America. I don't know if you coach outside of the States or not, but
I do. I do as well. Or at least I did before the pandemic.
yes.
Yeah, and I think that it's important for organizations, and I think that that's one of the things that the pandemic has brought forth is
Yes.
that just because you're a corporation doesn't mean how you do it and how you say it goes. I think that organizations now need to listen and pay attention to what people need. And their employees will help them advance, but they also have to look, learn, listen from their employees as well. And so we're hearing a lot about the great resignation. I don't know that it's the great resignation, it's the great reshuffle. People have started to pay attention to what they need and what they want from organizations. Organizations that don't give back to the community probably won't do as well. But
Thank
again,
you.
you have to know what you want, and you can't be afraid to ask your organization to do something for you. Sometimes it's that you've thought about it, you're concerned about it, but you've never asked. Or you've never asked the person who could really do something, who had the control to move it ahead. So be prepared for that. Have that conversation. Have a real conversation with people who can help you and your community move forward.
Now, are there any don'ts for professional women today? And if so, what are they?
I think you have to, and this goes for everyone, you have to live what you speak. You can't say I have integrity and not be able to prove it. Your actions don't show it. You need to be able to be consistent in that. And it doesn't mean you're not going to fall off the ladder a little bit. I'm not saying you have to be perfect. Perfection is not good. It'll make you crazy. And
Mm-hmm.
but you do have to have values. What are your values? I tell people, ask how you're perceived. Get some
Yes.
feedback. What would people say about you when you're not in the room? And when you hear it, rather than get angry about it, talk to some people that you trust and say, did you see that too? You know, it's not that people give you feedback just because they don't like you. Feedback is a gift. But sometimes you have to ask for it because people don't know how you're going to take that feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to do that as well.
Well, could you share some points of success from the Little Black Book of Success?
Okay, yes, yes, yes. I love it. The Little Black Book of Success is here with me. I still go back and reference it often. My co authors and I are looking at updating the book because it's been out a while. And we're looking at putting some fresh points in there, especially around working virtually. and some of the things that are happening, the technology, those type of things. So I think the very first chapter is a one that I always talk about, and that's always consider yourself a VIP. Act the part, act the part, look the part, speak the part, demonstrate the part that you're important. You know, to stay to be victorious, you need to stay positive. So when things take you off track, what are some of the routines that you can do to bring yourself back to center? I talk about affirmations. I love great quotes. And I also have a journal that's right here with me, right here. I call it a yes journal. Do I celebrate my accomplishments? Do I celebrate the little things? They don't have to be big. Yes, I hit all the things that I had on my list to do today. Yay! I'm going to celebrate. Maybe that's a glass of wine. You can do little things like that to keep yourself motivated. Don't let people distract you. Look at your circle.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the people you spend the most time with? Because the people you spend the most time with, you act the same way. They actually show you if they're always negative, if everything is bad, if everybody did something wrong to them, they're probably draining your energy. So who gives you energy and who takes it away? And sometimes the people who take it away, unfortunately, are your family and your friends. And I say, if you have to be around them, don't give them your best time of day. And don't give them too much time.
Yes. So
Don't let people drain your energy.
exactly. So you've already given some points from your workbook. There's
Mm-hmm.
a workbook, correct?
Yes, yes. The Little Black Book of Success was dubbed a mentor in your pocket. And we kept hearing from people that they wanted more. So we did a companion workbook that is now called Your Call to Action, because it will ask you questions, very much like the book, and say, has that ever happened to you? If so, how did you handle it? Looking back on it, how would you handle it now? And you get to write your story
Mm-hmm.
about
So,
how you do things. I'm sorry.
yes. No, no, no. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was getting involved, but I wanted to know what is your next goal before we end?
My goal is to write another book. We're updating the Little Black Book of Success. I'll also write another, I think, 2 books. And one will be just on leadership and where we are right now and what are some of the things you can do. The other is going to be a children's book. I just truly think that with all that's going on, we're hearing a lot about uh, Black history like it's not American history. You can't teach certain things in school. You can't say these words. You can't tell people. I think children need to start off on a positive note. And there are so many people, I know this to be true, who don't have parents that have taught
Nope.
them like my mom and dad taught me, that you can do anything and to be positive and to try things. So I'd like to do something where I incorporate all of those traits and all of those skills and all of those accolades to young kids. And it doesn't, I'm not sure exactly how that will come out, but I think we have to do that for our young generation and every generation. And I'd add to this one other thing, that there's so many people who are, in our eyes, successful, who have the imposter syndrome. And I'd like to address it.
I'm so glad you said that. I recognized this for a long time.
Yeah.
And Miss Hargood, I'm saying Hargood, oh dear. Miss Haygood,
Uh-huh.
you have the perfect name. hey, you're doing good.
That's it.
Just change the E to A,
It
and
is A.
everyone will remember you.
It is A. Yeah, change it to
Okay, that's why I said change the E. No, I said hey. Hey is
A.
Hey.
Okay.
So hey, good.
Okay.
And Martha Haygood, thank you so very much for being on the Foxworth Theory. And I want to thank you and everyone for joining us today on the Foxworth Theory, which airs every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for joining the Foxworth Theory, and be safe.
Thank you.